Heading on a trip to Oklahoma, Tulsa to be exact. So we're going to take the Blazer EV SS on a 850 mile one-way trip. And geese don't eat the paint. Ew. You guys sure like making a mess. Yes, that's you. Anyway, so we're going to stay in the Blazer. And voila. Nice bed. And this is the air mattress actually that you can get for the Tesla Model Y. So, and it fits in here. Just fine, you got to move the front seats up a bit. But like that. So we're going to leave these other two EVs here at the house, the Bolt EV and the Equinox EV RS all-wheel drive. So, all right, we'll see you on the trip. First part of the trip here, we do have to drop the dogs off. I'm doing it in the Chevy Bolt. Obviously, this is not the SS. Just so you don't have to try and drag two dogs down to Oklahoma. We did this trip last year in the Blazer EV RS that we had traded in earlier this year. And the dogs just kind of lived in the car for a week with the climate on. And that wasn't really, well, fair to the dogs, fair to us. So we are going to bring you guys over to a place that you can have fun outside all week. Yes, you can. So, anyways, get them on their way. Getting ready to take off here. Got our trip computer reset. 100% battery. Everything in the back. And away we go. Oklahoma, here we come, and the geese are right behind us. Get out, you last geese. Okay. Off we go. Not quite goodbye to Minnesota, but goodbye to you two little cars, huh? Alright. Set our destination here for Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we adjusted it so it only stops at Tesla superchargers. So hopefully that works out. Then we'll figure out where we want to stop tonight. If we want to stop at a slow charger and just charge overnight or what, but we'll figure that out. Super Cruise doing its thing flawlessly. Well, I'm sure it'll have its moments, but for at least right now, it's working pretty good. Windy day, but at least the wind's blowing in our direction, so that helps. It seems like an update must have happened or something. I kind of like how the screen is presenting itself on the maps. It kind of backs way out, so you can kind of see a little further. Before, this would have been zoomed in a lot more, or maybe just the settings got reset on it. So, but it's nice to be able to see much further where you're gonna be shortly. So, scenic Black Lake again. Auto lane change happening here on a corner, and Super Cruise is doing it just fine. Watching some Out of Spec videos, and the one guy with the hat and the glasses, I forget his name, but he likes his Teslas, which is fine, but he goes beyond out of his way to rip on GM any chance he can get. Like, he goes through the screen and he's like, oh, this thing doesn't have state of charge, and well, there's more than one screen to look through, and then he just stops after like one or two screens. Oh, ding for that. Or it looks like that this thing is hitting like one of the lines, the yellow line or the white line or something like that. And he's like, oh, ding for that. Well, this thing does have a rather wide hood and stuff, so we'll go over here. So it looks like, oh, look, we just hit the line. No. As you can clearly see, we're right between the lines. We're not hitting the lines. He's just being a dork. So, got a car coming up beside us, so it's not going to want to turn. You can see that there's a car there. As soon as the car goes, it's going to turn automatically. Flawless. So I have no idea what problem Out of Spec has with GM vehicles, because I don't seem to have any problems. When I drove the Tesla with the FSD, that stupid thing turned off on me 3 times just because it kept flashing blue on the screen, and then it would say, oh, you're distracted. Yeah, because it makes you look at the screen. So yeah, FSD I'm sure works fine, but the way he's like, oh, FSD is so great. I mean, that thing gave you nothing but problems. Or Super Cruise. I mean, it does just fine. Yeah, it's pre-mapped, but, you know, it's fine. So here it goes again, flawlessly, on its own. Just back over to the right, even on a corner. Keeps it in the lane while turning. Just fine. So, I don't know. Out of Spec, I think you guys need to drive GM a little bit more open-mindedly. So, alright, enough from my rant. Infamous Z mode. Add a light. I've got to get in that lane there. And that's the way we do it, folks. No messing around here.
Continue on I-94 East for 9 miles.
We don't divide and conquer, we just conquer. Alright, pay attention. I'm going to be driving through the cities now. Super Cruise just taking us through the city's traffic just fine. It's like him to hang in the left lane a little bit. When the traffic clears up a little bit, it goes back to the middle lane compared to the far right lane and stuff when it's in 3 lanes of traffic. So yeah, back there when I was doing Z mode, I was getting prepared for Z mode. I didn't even get into full Z mode because you have to step on the brake and then step on the gas pedal. But by the time I even hit the wow mode, the traffic was already taken off from the light, so I just punched it. So it looks like the traffic is like beating me off the line, but well, they weren't, and they wouldn't have even got that far had I actually been prepared to launch. So anyways, we'll see if we'll do it again later. But alright, this thing thinks it's going to turn in front of a vehicle. It's doing just fine right in traffic. Oh no, we're going to take out a semi. Not. Alright. Kind of funny how ridiculously well Super Cruise actually does in city traffic, and it gets frustrating watching Out of Spec sometimes because how badly they diss on GM products and stuff. Again, it's trying to stay in the center lane. I mean, they really diss on GM products. I just don't even give them a chance. But it works perfect. It works just fine and stuff. So I don't know what their deal is, but we're enjoying it. We're really enjoying this GM EV. So, anyways, all right. Well, we are on our way to Owatonna for our first stop. That was like not quite 180 miles, maybe 160 miles. Something like that, and we'll charge up there. It should be 37% of the battery when we get there. We left with 100%, so we'll look at the I guess the distance tripometer thing. So when we get there, oh look, it's changing again. It sees a vehicle coming up behind us, so it's not going to change. Hello, car. Now it changes. See how it does that? It can see traffic around it. It has no problems whatsoever. Good Super Cruise. Alright, and then behind us we have a BMW. What kind of car is this here? I can't see, but it's a BMW M6 something or other. It's an X5, it has like some M6 symbols on it. It almost looks like it's a Cadillac V on the back of it, but it's not, so we'll see how that does. All this construction that's always going on in metropolitan areas, but you just gotta breathe, take your time, don't expect to be in Z mode driving all the time through the cities, you know. Stay safe. But we're heading on to I-35W, or it's basically south now. So we will stay on this until probably Joplin, Missouri. So, but like I said, our next stop is going to be Owatonna. We'll fill up. We'll look at the stats for the tripometer and stuff like that. Might take a nap. We'll see. So cruise set at 75. We're in a 70-mile-an-hour zone. Owatonna showing that I was expecting 39%, but it'll probably be 40 to 41 maybe by the time we get to Owatonna. So that's pretty good. I mean, we haven't been light on the electrons, that's for sure. So it's performing well. All right, coming up on Owatonna. It's a neat sight to see as you come down to this area. So we'll check the stats here shortly. Turning off for our first stop. 42% of the battery
turn right
left.
onto West Highway 14, Hoffman Drive Northwest, then turn right.
So having the Tesla supercharger network open is sure nice this year compared to last year when we took this trip in the RS. So, and that one only had the 85 kilowatt hour battery. This one has the 100 kilowatt hour battery, and it's just as efficient as long as you're not using Z mode to take off from stop signs,
then continue straight,
or to show off traffic in the cities, or just using Z mode in general. But anyways, I've stopped here before. Actually, I had made a purchase on Facebook Marketplace, and I had to stop here to get some stuff. So Culver's, always a nice place.
your destination is on the right.
Actually, it's on the left. There we go. Good park. Okay, so we're going to look at drive status. So we've done 182 miles and took exactly 3 hours and averaged 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. And we are at 42%. So we only used 58% of the battery to do 182, 183 miles. So hooking up. Just, yep. And the handshake actually takes less time than it does to get organized. But there it goes, it's already ramping up. Charge cord connected. We'll see what speeds we pull up at this Tesla charger here to start with. It's going pretty quickly there. It's 180, which is decent. So, about 180, 460 miles. And we're not charging to 100%, but we'll just charge up for a bit. Maybe we don't even need 80%. So be done in 25 minutes, but I don't think we even need that because we're gonna go to our next stop. So we're gonna continue. And so the next stop, we don't need to select charger, we've already. All right, so the next stop is going to be down by Ames. So we'll just charge up until we have enough range to get there. All right, so we charged up just to give us a little bit of a buffer. So 10% buffer, we're going to go 151 miles, 2 hours and 11 minutes. And we charged up from 42% up to 70% in about 17 minutes. So, I mean, decent, but. Set up there. This off. That back. Pass off the charger to Casey, or at least the adapter. And put on seatbelt. Don't you love that orange? And away we go. Alright, Super Cruise re-engaged. We are headed 10% by the time we get there, 150 miles. We will see you. Where are we even going? I have no idea. Going to the next Tesla supercharger. I think it's in Ames. So we'll see you. Taking a nap in the back of the Blazer. Somebody else drives. In Iowa now. It's a view I don't usually get to see much anymore. Not Iowa, but just looking out the back window. Comfortable back here.
There are police reported ahead.
Is that so? It says we've got 17% estimated. So we left the last charger at 10% estimated, so it's nice. It goes up instead of down. So, where are these police? Oh, there they are. For you to be on that side of the road than this side. Alright, this is traveling through Iowa. Joy. Oh, it was okay. Nothing but farms. More farms. One thing I do like about it seems like this map update. I mean, there's where we're stopping at the Tesla supercharger in Ames. And it's like 10 miles away. And it's showing the distance on the map there in 3D. And it wasn't doing that before. So, That's nice. Well, I do have to say, this has been rather cozy back here. Just hanging out. Blazer EV driving itself with Super Cruise. Heading through Iowa. Like there's a whole bunch to do here on the road. But make videos. Crazy driver here. Pulling come and go, quick trip.
Your destination is on the right.
Here we are. You can keep going up. Keep going. A little further. You need more. Keep going. Keep going. A little more. A little more. A little more. There. Okay. Alright. You can just turn her off, I guess. Get out. Or if I put my shoes. If I can get out. My heck, oh, there it is. So I guess. Might need to hang up and hang it back up. All right, we arrived 20%. Just ramping up here. 178 kilowatts. It's about the max it's gonna get there, I think. So we went 179 kilowatts. You know if it gets any higher. So vehicle status. So far we've gone 333 miles, averaging 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's not too bad. So 180 kilowatts is what we're up to. So it's pretty decent. I'm not so sure what Out of Spec. There was like, oh, the 10% challenge, it charges so bad. That's why I was saying you got to have it at least 20%. At least 20% because of the low voltage GM batteries, which is unfortunate. But it's not apples to apples if you try and compare this at 10% to another vehicle that has a different voltage battery. They were just going to charge faster. So at 10% compared to 20. So that is why, at least at 20%. So for these. But and 182. It's going up even from there. So 183, pretty good. Little smart car for two. We've got Quick Star. So we're just gonna go eat on the curb here. Just grab a little snack. Got an EV9 over there charging. Looks like there's one in Duluth. We're in Ames, Iowa right now. Beeson's. So, anyways, we're just gonna eat over here, I think. Ready? The next stop is 109 miles away. Let's see, let's go. This is back out here. So, and that's going to be in Missouri. No, it's going to still be in Iowa, I think. Is it? Yeah. Still in Iowa, and then I think Missouri cuts off here. I'm not really doing very good at this, am I? Anyways, so we're gonna go down to, what is this place called anyways? Lamoni. So we'll stop there, get some more charge, and then we'll spend the night probably at Bethany, Missouri, which is a little bit further, so. Our second stop in Iowa, going to the Tesla. It looks like version 4 or version 3.5. These should be 400 kilowatt or better.
Your destination is on the left.
And the cables, this will be the first time we've gone to these, the cables should be long enough to reach. Let's do this here, camera, so we can see right in front. We don't run into this thing wants to go. We'll try that. All right, so put it in park, check vehicle status, trip. So the last one, the wind was a little bit more, so 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, 111 miles that time, so we've gone a total of 444 miles out of 820 that we need to go. So we're still going to go a little further, so tomorrow we won't have to go quite as far. So we'll plug in and charge up. Alright, so these have a much further reach. As you can see, don't stress that much. He's working on the handshake out there right now. Sounds like the connection just started. Handshake. And if we wanted to go up to 80%, it would take 40 minutes. But we'll see how it climbs. All right, under 20%, at 17%, it got up to 175 kilowatts of speed, 176. So it'll probably climb a little higher than that after it gets to 20% and stuff. So we'll see. So it's at 180 now that it got to 20%. And I don't know if this is another myth. Turn on the air conditioner. Air conditioner's on. It's still at 180. Air's on. 180. I'm starting to wonder if it's just down in warmer climates that the air conditioner affects the speed. Now it's at 181. If the air conditioner will affect the speed of the charging, where in climates like right now it's 67 degrees out, air's on, 181 kilowatts. It is not dropping. So out of spec, take that. Anyways, because they keep saying, oh, the AC in GM is so bad because their AC, well, it's charging just fine out of spec. So, all right. Made it to Bethany, Missouri. It's only 7 o'clock, 67 degrees. And we've gone 471.9 miles, averaging 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour and stuff. We are currently at 71%, but I am at a charge point. So, I mean, I could charge over there for 6 kilowatt speed. No. Or I could charge here 60 kilowatt speed, which is a little bit better. So I'm gonna do that. Anyways, we came to this stop last year when we had the Blazer RS, and it was a nice stop. Nice Dairy Queen there. I think we're gonna decide we actually are just gonna stay in the motel over there. It's after something like $50, so it's not too bad. So, anyways, all right. Well, let's plug in. So, it advertises 125 kilowatt speed, but we're pulling in 76, 75. I mean, but we are at a high state of charge, so 72%. So, I mean, you know, I'm not sure what the amps are at the station or whatnot. So I think I will charge up for a bit here. Probably not to 100%, obviously, but I'll sit here for a while because tomorrow we were gonna stop in Joplin, but maybe we can go further. So, but we will check that out tomorrow and stuff. And we'll check on you guys tomorrow. We'll start another vid then. So, see you guys after a bit.